What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the second video of the day. I'm kind of like going through and doing a lot of different recordings and whatnot today just to kind of get out the week's content. You can go over somewhere, I'll put a link, let's say down below. I'll put a link down below to the other video I did earlier. That was on a subscription called Fan Home. Now, for some reason they sent me 2 kits of it, but it's pretty much a DIY, build your own R2-D2. So that was another video that I've previously done. So I'm just adjusting the camera. This one is going to talk a little bit more about the books that I've been reading recently in the Star Wars series. So let's jump straight into it. The one that I'm currently reading, as of right now, if I can get it out, is this one, Star Wars Padawan by Kirsten White. There we go. So I'm about 60 pages in. So far I'm pretty impressed by what it is. It's pretty much, if this whole video is going to be about spoilers about different books and whatnot, so if you haven't read them, be warned. I'm not going to go over like what every plot is, but just kind of give you a bit of a run around. Sorry, my dog's just making a bit of a noise. So this book is pretty much about Obi-Wan Kenobi when he's around 14 or 15 years old, while he's a Padawan of Qui-Gon Jinn. Where I'm up to, pretty much he's just left Coruscant on his own. He's disobeyed the Jedi Order, and he's kind of running off following a thread, or a bit of a, rabbit hole, and he's going to one of the planets involved in the High Republic books. So that is the book that I'm currently reading right now. I got this from, I think, Barnes & Nobles. A local Barnes & Nobles near me. For some reason it's very dirty on the inside. I don't know why. I think it might be a second-hand book. So that's book number 1. And the book that I have just completed, it's in here somewhere, but I'll move through. Next book that I want to talk about is Star Wars The High Republic, The Rising Storm. This is one that I've also finished in the past couple months. I'm really not a fan of the High Republic books, to be honest. Simply because I find them to be it's like 20 books about the same topic, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really not a whole heap happens, I guess you could say. So I think I read like 4 or 5 High Republic books, and then I stopped reading it altogether, like the High Republic timeline, I guess. And I've moved on to more the Rise of the Sith kind of timeline in Legends and Lore. Legends and, what's it called? The other term for it. So yeah, High Republic, The Rising Storm is pretty much about a Chancellor Lina So and a couple of Jedi relating to her. I actually listened to this as an audiobook, I believe, on Audible, and then I purchased the paperback because sometimes I'm the kind of person who enjoys reading and also listening to books. So yeah, as you can see on my Audible, I don't know if you can see it or not, it is in there. And that is one that I listened to, I believe, when we were coming back from about a 5 or 6 hour car ride. So yeah, probably out of 10, I'd rate this probably a 5 or a 6 out of 10. It was a long time ago, so I can't really remember that one. This is another High Republic book. I love the cover of this. This is the Light of the Jedi. This is relating to, I believe, when they get stuck. Yeah, this is relating to the hyperspace disaster when it happens. So this is about when they get stuck on a planet, all these different Jedi get stuck on a planet, and they pretty much got to fight their way off. And it jumps between different planets and different Jedi throughout the book. None of them you really know, unless you're like super into like Star Wars comics or whatnot. So it's very, this I'd probably give 7 or an 8. This is around 400 pages long. I'll just read the back of it for you. It is the golden age. Intrepid hyperspace scouts expand the reach of the Republic to the furthest stars. Worlds flourish under the benevolent leadership of the Senate, and peace reigns. Enforced by the wisdom and strength of the renowned order of the Force users known as the Jedi, with the Jedi at the height of their power, the free citizens of the galaxy are confident in their ability to weather any storm. But even the brightest light can cast a shadow, and some storms defy any preparation. When a shocking catastrophe in hyperspace tears a ship to pieces, the flurry of shrapnel emerging from the disaster threatens an entire system. No sooner does the call for help go out than the Jedi race to the scene. The scope of the emergence, however, is enough to push even Jedi to their limit. So, yeah, it's relating to the Nihil. That's right, that's what this book's relating to. I know a lot of the High Republic books are relating to the Nihil, but this one specifically goes into a lot more detail about what the Nihil are, what they're after, who their leader is, that kind of thing. So that's like the shadowy organization behind most of the High Republic books. So, and that's where I say I don't like the High Republic timeline, I guess, of books, because it's like, I think 6 or 7 books now, or something around those lines, all on the same topic. So, like, book 1 is about this ship getting burst into pieces, which was caused by the Nihil. Book 2 is about being trapped on a space station where they're fighting the Nihil, but it's different Jedi, you know what I mean? So kind of, it's like 5 books splintered over 5 different Jedi and 5 different, timelines. Anyway, moving on. Another one that I really do like, which I'm trying to see if I have, yeah. So I did read all 3 of these, and I have all 3 of these. Yes. So the Darth Bane trilogy. So we have Path of Destruction, Rule of 2, and then Dynasty of Evil. Now I do recommend these. The last 2 books look unread, I believe because I listened to them through audiobook and they're in my Audible somewhere. I do definitely recommend these. This trilogy breaks down kind of the Clone Wars Sith as a whole, like the Rule of 2, how that was made, what Darth Bane pretty much did, and how he wiped out all the Sith and pretty much became the one and only Sith, and then he took an apprentice, and then his apprentice tried to kill him, and go through all of that. I definitely recommend that trilogy. Darth Bane, Path of Destruction, Dynasty of Evil, and Rule of 2. I don't think that's in the correct order, but those 3 books, definitely check those out. They're probably one of my favorite series. Now moving on, well, let's look at this one next. So I'm also somebody who likes a big book like this. A book like this, it's smaller, I don't like just because of the feel of it. Lost Stars is a Empire set. It's a timeline set. It's a book set in the timeline of the Empire, I should say. It's about 2 people from the same planet. One of them's rich, one of them's poor. They both join the Empire because they want to be pilots. One of them joins the rebellion after training and all that, and one of them stays as a Empire pilot. And the one who stays, she becomes like the captain of like a Star Destroyer, like one of the big Star Destroyers in the Empire fleet. And the other person who joins the rebellion has to try and save the person in the Empire. So this is definitely a fantastic book as well. This is around a 500-page read, I believe. 600-page, around there. Star Wars, Lost Stars. That is definitely a book I recommend checking out. If you don't mind reading books in different timelines, that's one that I definitely recommend. So, that Darth Bane trilogy, that is I think that is set like High Republic era, if I'm not wrong, somewhere around that. I'm not, if you're somebody who loves Star Wars, you're probably going to be like, oh yeah, but Anthony, that's not the right time. I'm saying this is so this is during the Great Jedi War. So this is when the Jedi, the Darth Bane trilogy I'm talking about now, is when the Jedi wipe out all the Sith. Darth Bane helps wipe out all the Sith from his own perspective, and he becomes the one and only Sith. And that is before the Empire, before any of that. So if you don't care about a timeline or whatever, you can read whatever books you like. So next up we have Kenobi. Now this is based on the TV series by the same name, Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatever you want to call it. This is written by John Jackson Miller, and this is part of the Essential Legends collection. Now, I hated this book. I absolutely hated it. It was extremely slow. It was a slogfest. It was like a chore to read through it and to continue it. It doesn't really follow the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series. Yes, he's on Tatooine, and that's about it. It's pretty much about him and a town, and him saving the town from Tusken Raiders, and that's pretty much it. That's 500 pages, 410 pages worth of a book about Obi-Wan Kenobi saving a town from Tusken Raiders. It was very, very slow paced. A lot of people love this book. I just personally hated it. If you're somebody like me who has to read everything, then I guess you can read it. Honestly, end of the day, I would probably go back and read it simply because I enjoy Star Wars so much. So, now we're getting into, again, pre-Clone Wars era, but this is Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn. So these two books match up pretty evenly, I would say. They're pretty close together, these two. This one is more about them being on I believe it's them being on a planet and they're trying to save somebody or other. I can't really remember. I read this a long time ago. All I remember is it's a very good book. Claudia Gray, same lady who wrote this. Two very, very good books. I'll read the back of this one just to kind of give you a recap. A Jedi must be a fearless warrior, a guardian of justice, and a scholar in the ways of the Force. But perhaps a Jedi's most essential duty is to pass on what they have learned. Master Yoda trained Dooku. Dooku trained Qui-Gon Jinn, and now Qui-Gon has a Padawan of his own. But while Qui-Gon has faced all manner of danger as a Jedi, nothing has ever scared him like the thoughts of failing his apprentice. Obi-Wan Kenobi has deep respect for his master, but struggles to understand him. Why must Qui-Gon so often disregard the laws that bind the Jedi? Why is Qui-Gon drawn to ancient Jedi prophecies instead of practical concerns? And why wasn't Obi-Wan told that Qui-Gon is considering an invitation to join the Jedi Council? When Jedi Rel Avaros, another former student of Dooku, requests their assistance with a political dispute, Jin and Kenobi travel to the royal court of Pajal, I believe that's how it's pronounced, for what may be their final mission together. Yeah, so as I said, it's off-world, it's off Coruscant, and these two books, these two are very similar. This book is more from Obi-Wan Kenobi's perspective, about how he doesn't trust Qui-Gon, how he thinks he's a failure. Obi-Wan Kenobi thinks himself is a failure. And this is more from Qui-Gon Jinn's perspective. Two very good books. I definitely recommend you read this one. Again, same person who wrote Lost Stars. Now we're getting into kind of some weird territory here. So first up, this is one that I literally just finished reading. It's a two-part series. So there's Mole Lockdown and then Mole something or other. It's some other book. I have yet to read that. I've ordered it from Amazon. It's on the way. It comes in tomorrow, I believe. This book is pretty much about Darth Maul, being locked in a prison. The whole book's about him being in a prison. And he's got to find this weapons dealer. He's not allowed to use the dark side of the Force. He's not allowed to show any of his powers. And he must go about his mission without anybody knowing different. And it's about a prison. The prison's name is Coghive 7. Cog Hive 7, just in case it didn't come out properly. So yeah, I would say this is a moderate read. It's nothing too crazy. It's probably about a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I'd definitely recommend reading it. Apparently the one after this is incredible. So I'm gonna read the next one because I've ordered it. So yeah, now we're getting into weird territory. So this is written by John Jackson Miller, same person who wrote a couple other books that I have. Maybe not, I don't know, it's something around that. Oh yeah, same person who wrote this, the book that I really didn't like. So this is about this is during the Republic era. I can't remember, I read this probably a year ago. Yeah, so pretty much this book is about a Jedi who goes off, joins the Sith, but not as a Sith, to achieve what she needs to achieve. It's a forgetful book, it's not one that I really remember. This book, Joe Schreiber, same person who wrote Maul Lockdown and the next Maul book. This horrible book. This is about the Sith Academy, I believe, and everybody turns into zombies and people keep dying. Yeah, so that's pretty much that book. Next up we have Star Wars Bloodlines. I didn't like this either. This is, I know it looks all tattered, I believe something got into it or something. I think one of my cats or something like that. This book's been lying around for quite some time. But this is about Leia Organa and her embarking on a mission after the Empire has fallen to try and bring peace to, I think, the Outer Rim or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much all these Star Wars books. Let me have a look at Audible real quick. Another book that I have just finished as well is Star Wars Collective Deception. That is pre-episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So it's about Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn again. It's more political. Sorry, I think my dog's having doing buffles. There we go. Sorry about that. They're trying to hunt down Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi are trying to hunt down a bounty hunter, and it starts kind of a war and different aspects happen, and yeah, it's kind of a forgetful book. It's more like it's more from like a political aspect about how Palpatine and whatnot kind of use their influence to guide certain events in a certain way. Another book I read was Star Wars Convergence, The High Republic, Path of Deceit, also in the High Republic, Rising Storm, also in the High Republic, Star Wars Bloodlines, which is here, and Light of the Jedi, which is also in that set. So there's a couple other High Republic books in that series that, honestly, I'm not a huge High Republic fan. So yeah. Anyway, that's all the Star Wars books I've read. I'm making my way slowly through. I definitely recommend, if you're looking at starting to read the Star Wars series, head on over to Youtini, Youtini. They have like an Essential 7 list, I believe, and a couple other lists. Honestly, if you enjoy, Clone Wars era, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatnot, I would skip the High Republic. It's not really that important to the overarching story. It gives you kind of an idea. Like, the only mention I've heard of High Republic so far is in, here it is in Star Wars Padawan, which is about Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's the one I'm currently reading. He found a High Republic Jedi's name written on a wall, and that's kind of where he's going right now, to go to a planet that had that name associated with it. So yeah, sorry, I'm running out of, my voice is starting to hurt. So yeah, that's pretty much all the Star Wars content that I've read so far. I definitely recommend you check out the Star Wars collection as a whole. Check out my R2-D2 video that's just gone up today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. It's kind of just been me talking, but you can kind of skip through it, listen to it on 2x or whatever. Please consider subscribing, drop this video a like. Any communication or kind of activity you choose to give me, I definitely appreciate it, so thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and I'll catch you next time.